Hi class, this is Miss Harrell. This is our unit on animal-mediated seed dispersal. Let's discuss it. Before we get started, I want to show you how our activity is going to line up with school. Today we are going to explore how plants and animals, including humans, interact with and depend upon each other and their environment to satisfy their basic needs. And while we're out on our adventure, we're going to be developing a simple model that mimics the function of an animal dispersing seeds or pollinating plants. Okay, so what is animal-mediated seed dispersal? That sounds very difficult, so let's put on our thinking caps. We have animals and seed and dispersal. Dispersal sounds like disposal, which disposal means taking an object and throwing it away. So maybe the animal is taking the seed and throwing it away from the plant. This can happen when seeds attach to animals when they pass by and then the seeds fall off. It can also happen when animals eat fruit from the plants and release those seeds through digestion in another place. Let's talk about some misconceptions. Misconceptions mean something that you think is true, but it might not actually be true. So talking about plants, normally when we talk about pollinating plants, we think of bees, and that only bees help plants pollinate and move the pollen back and forth. That's not true. We have a lot of different animals that move things back and forth. It can be animals that brush things by. It can be insects that come in and land on the flowers. Those also do that too. Another thought is that plants just reproduce on their own, that they don't need any help. And that's not true. The wind will move pollen, the animals move pollen, so plants do need a little bit of help. Another misconception is that insects and other animals think that pollinating is just one of their chores. They get up and they eat and they have to go by that plant and pollinate and move things from one place to another. But that's not true either. They do this without actually thinking about it. Another misconception is that humans aren't animals and that they don't participate in the seed dispersal that we've talking about. But that's not true. Look at this girl. She's moving the seed from the plant somewhere else. She's moving that seed. She is a human and she's also an animal. So on our adventure today, we're going to be looking at how seeds will attach to fur or other materials. And this little doggy shows us exactly how that happens. Look at all those seeds on this puppy dog. It was going through the field and those seeds just attached to its fur right on. And now this shows us how those seeds attach. This dog is going to be running through everywhere, and some of those seeds are going to get brushed off. Some of those seeds the dog is going to pick off on his own because they're frustrating him. And then when the dog's owner sees them, he's going to pick off those extra seeds as well. So those seeds are moving from the original plant to somewhere else by this cute little puppy dog. How about this sock? Does this look familiar? Whenever you go to the playground or out in the field somewhere and you're playing and you get these hitchhikers, that's another way of those seeds grabbing a hold of something and moving from one place to another. Here is a little picture of some of those types of seeds that will cling on to the fur. So I want to show you some seeds that use this method. Look at all these different types of seeds. Look at how they've adapted or changed according to their environment to grab a hold of something. Their job for getting all those little stickies out there, those little pokes, is to grab a hold of something so that it can go from the original plant and then be let go somewhere else. And here's the other way that seeds are dispersed, by eating the plant and their seeds. Humans do this. Look at these vegetables and fruit. They are a brilliant color, so it attracts us to eat them. They're nice bright green, bright red, and those cherries, they smell so good, and it makes us want to eat them. And so when we do, we're eating the seeds. And just like what we saw earlier, this girl, she's eating her watermelon. She's eating it, and then the seeds get in her mouth, so she spits them out. So we are helping with seed dispersal as well. We grab those seeds and we bite them and spit them out somewhere, or we disperse them with digestion as well. So this is how we're going to use some technology with what we're doing. We're going to go on YouTube and watch a couple of short videos about pollinating and how different animals help with pollinating, just so we can see what animals outside of our neighborhood do this as well, so we can get to see how it's done in other places. We're also going to be on our nature walk, our sock walk later on today. And by this, we are going to be implementing some models. We're going to build our thinking on how this seed dispersal, or moving seeds from one place to another, can happen. And because I didn't come up with all of this material and all of those pictures, I have to give credit to all of the people who did. So these are the references of where I got the information and pictures I had for our presentation.